Welcome back to the channel, and in today's review I'm going to be comparing what I think are the best two true wireless earbuds when it comes to sound quality over the past 6 months, and that's going to be the Soundcore Liberty 3 Pro and the Lypertek PurePlay Z5. If this is your first visit to the channel, please do consider subscribing so you don't miss out on weekly reviews on all the best new true wireless earbuds, headphones and speakers, and hit that like button if you find today's review helpful. So I have reviewed both of these pairs separately, and you can access those reviews down in the description box below, but this is just going to be a quick fire comparison. I'm going to be looking at how these compare to each other in all those key categories, including specifications, fit and comfort, performance, and of course sound quality. So talking about some key specifications, and both of these have got a huge amount going for them. Firstly, the Soundcore are bringing their version 2 of their ACAA, which is the dual driver technology, and that's helping to give us some fantastic sound quality, building on the previous release, the Liberty 2 Pro. And the Soundcore are bringing everything else you'd imagine, including full app support, touch controls, wireless charging, active noise cancelling, which is adjustable, and with that you've also got pause, so a really full featured set of earbuds. And when we go over to the Lypertek, it's pretty much the same story. Now there are some differences, so Lypertek are bringing more advanced Bluetooth codecs, so they have got Qualcomm's aptX adaptive on board, the Soundcore don't have. They have also got their LDX audio, which essentially is their own specialist tuning, which is controllable via the app. Full app support, like I said, they've got 10mm dynamic drivers, but not a dual driver design. As with the Soundcores, they've also got hybrid active noise cancelling. They've also got wireless charging. They haven't got, unfortunately, any auto pause built into these guys, but that certainly wasn't a deal breaker for me. The IPX rating is 4 on the Lypertek, and that's exactly the same on the Soundcore. So overall, both pairs are bringing a fantastic feature set, and I think the Soundcore are just going to be edging it for things like the dual driver design, things like the high-res codec that they've got, the LDAC support, and also when it comes to app support, which is, you know, a big part of both of these earbuds. The Soundcore is just bringing the more fully featured and more established app overall, putting them over the top for this category around key specifications. So talking about the fit, the comfort and the design, then obviously, as you can see, they are very different when it comes to design, but in my experience they're both very comfortable. With the Soundcores you've got the tip and wing design, which, you know, gives you an array of different options when it comes to both ear tips and those wings there, and they really help the earbuds to stay in place. When it comes to the Lypertek, you've got a stem style design, and it's quite a chunky design, but it's incredibly lightweight. So again, I've used these a lot for different uses, you know, activity, running. In terms of both sets, you know, very comfortable, very secure. I have gone back in with the spin tips for both, so I'm using the CP360s on both pairs now, and I'm finding that gives me the best overall comfort, the best overall fit, and crucially a really good seal with both of them. And I think for me overall, just looking at the design of the Soundcores, I think it's more of an exquisite design. It looks incredibly smart, and when you factor in the size of the charging case as well, which I think is more slimline than the Lypertek. Certainly Lypertek's a little bit chunky. I'm going to give the point for this round to the Soundcore. So moving on to performance and starting off with the touch controls. So both of these guys have got full touch controls, which are fully customizable via the respective apps, so full points on that one. When we start to talk about the ANC and transparency mode, firstly starting with the transparency mode, so it's really neck and neck. So the Lypertek has got probably the clearest and the most effective transparency mode that I've tried on any earbuds so far. So really impressive, and I think the Soundcore is just a little bit behind. I think one of the firmware updates did actually improve this out when you compare it to the original factory settings. So both implementations are excellent. I think when it comes to ANC, that's where we're looking at a complete tie, but probably Soundcore edging it because you can take advantage of the adjustable ANC via the application. So overall, both pairs are bringing excellent performance in this category. So I'm going to give the point here to Lypertek because they're also including Auto Ambient, which is a feature that I've not seen on any other pairs so far, and I think it's done really well, and it's something that I use regularly. So with the great transparency mode, similar ANC, and that addition of that Auto Ambient function, Lypertek are getting the win for this round. So now let's talk about the sound, and this is where this comparison gets really interesting because we are getting here two fairly different styles of sound, two different sound signatures, both of which are fully customizable via the respective apps, and that's both in terms of a fully adjustable EQ and also presets that bring you some really good options if you don't like how they sound out of the box. Now, I'd advise for both of these that you go in and you play around with the app, because I think the sound out of the box on both is not the best that they can sound. Starting with the Soundcore, I mean, for me, compared to how I've got them tuned now, they sound quite flat out of the box, and what I did is I went in and did my personalized EQ via the Hear ID function, which is now a second version of 2.0, and this is giving you some incredible adjustability. You can go in, take a hearing test, and then adjust that result to your own liking. You can apply one of the Soundcore settings to that EQ as well. So I've got these sounding highly dynamic. I'm getting some real big bass response, some amazing treble and highs, which is some of the most detailed I've ever heard, and the mid-range is lovely and rich in the middle. I have boosted the mid-range up a little bit, but it's good where it is out of the box. It was mainly around the bass and the treble that I wanted to bring some more out of these earbuds. When it comes to the Lypertek, we're getting a balanced sound overall, but it's punchy and powerful. And it's quite dynamic at the same time, so it's not a flat or neutral sound. Out of the box you're getting a standard flatter sound, but if you apply the LDX audio, that just brings everything to life, just boosts the frequencies to make everything sound better across the frequency range. But I've gone even further. I've gone into the app now, and I've got a V-shape tuning essentially, and they sound amazing. You're not going to get the same bass response out of the Lyperteks as you are with the Soundcores, but to me, if you prefer a balanced sound, this is as good as it's going to get around this price range. There's some great, fantastic detail in these Lyperteks, some amazing airiness, and the soundstage is incredible considering it's a single driver set. You're also getting a great sound stage on the Soundcore, but they have got that dual driver arrangement, which clearly separates the instruments better from the technology on board. But they are neck and neck when it comes to sound quality. They're offering different flavors of sound, different approaches to the tuning. But I have to, award them both a point in this round because I love them both for different reasons, and it gives me that versatility when it comes to my collection. So, all in all, just to wrap things up for the review, two amazing options here, guys. Consider them both. It is slightly unfair in terms of this comparison because the Soundcore do go for a little bit more, but in the UK the difference is only actually £20 at the standard RRPs. So I would recommend that you consider both of these options, and obviously get the deals in if you can. The Lyperteks are the newer release, so they've not come down yet in price, but keep your eyes out for deals coming up. So that's going to wrap things up for the review. Once again, please do consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. That's the biggest way you can support the channel going forward. Hit that like button if you found the review helpful, and leave me a comment down below if you've got either of these pairs, or if you're thinking about picking them up and you've got questions. With all that said, I'm going to leave you with the call quality samples for the Soundcore Liberty 3 Pro and the Lypertek PurePlay Z5. This is a call quality test for the Soundcore Liberty 3 Pro in a quiet environment. This is a call quality test for the Lypertek PurePlay Z5 in a quiet environment.